you spent, I don't know, 3 billion pounds, and you're playing Reece James in midfield in the Champions League, right? If you spend £4 billion, basically, you have to have the best in class in every single position on the pitch. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Spending £7 billion, and that's your squad. You're bringing, who did you bring off the bench? I don't know. Started Pedro Neto.
There was a Garnacho sighting.
You brought on Garnacho off the bench after spending £10 billion, bro. I'm absolutely flabbergasted.
Gentlemen, welcome back to the Shirtless Plantain Show. This is your Champions League edition, the very first of this season. I'm here with Coach, and I'm Dean. What's going on, Coach?
Man, I'm swell. Man. Been a good opening week.
You're
Apparently
swell.
some world champions can't even win in Europe. What's that about? Talk to me.
We will we'll get to that in a little bit here, but we gotta blast through these today because neither one of us has a lot of time, but we gotta do what we gotta do for the people that we love, and that is our listeners.
And
And
that, and what,
I call you
before we
Coach,
blast
but
through,
what is your other name again?
my other name. Oh, well, my mum named me Like, but I go by Subscribe. Um, and my missus calls me Comment. So yeah, do all of that. Yeah. My
Please
teammates
go
call me
there, brother.
Share. So yeah.
Oh man. I do pleasantries today, but like I said, we're about to just run through these today to get something out for people on Friday. By the time you hear this, folks, it will be Friday, so the weekend would have started.
Mhm.
But we're still here because we're the Shirtless Plantain Show and we don't slack.
That's
We
right.
start with Thursday's games. Barcelona went to St. James's Park to find out if they could do it on a cold night among orcs. They did win 2 goals to 1 thanks to a brace from the one, the only, coach's favorite, Marcus Rashford.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm
How
super.
pleased were you to see your boy do well?
So here's the thing, right? I don't like Anthony Gordon, and I think he's gotten above a little above his station because he made a few England squads, thinking that yeah, I'm the guy for the left wing now, and Rashford just reminded him that you're not the guy, pal. You're just not that guy, pal. This is the standard, and this is what it looks like. Not some hairband with hair waving in the wind bullshit footballer that can barely control the ball. I watched him do something earlier today where the ball's bouncing and it's taking him 3 touches to turn and face back towards the goal. I was like, this is exactly why like you're not a top level footballer. Like little stuff like that, just to me, just it sticks out to me between the decent players and the top players. Like they do that in half the touches. So yeah, but Rashford tonight wasn't that good, but that's what he can do to you. That's literally what Rashford can do to you. And the key thing here is that he's a forward, so he doesn't have to touch the ball 100 times and be playing well. His job is to cause the other team problems, and he won them the game today. So yeah, they tried to press Pedri, they tried to press De Jong. Those guys treated them like training cones. Tonali got taught a lesson today, as well as Bruno Guimaraes. Joe Linton didn't get taught a lesson because he's too dumb to even read anyway. So it is what it is. But yeah, good performance from Barcelona, I'd say.
Stuff, man. Good stuff. We linger more, but like we said, we're moving right along. Manchester City hosted Napoli in what was supposed to be the KDB return derby, and unfortunately, the game got run pretty early thanks to a Di Lorenzo red. Definitely deserved. Dogso should not have made that tackle.
Mm,
Haaland probably scores there, but then they have a better chance of maybe equalizing, potentially winning the game down the line. But he took the red. They held off for quite a while, but
mm,
eventually all that running will get to you, and
yeah.
they had to chop 2 goals right there. I thought Foden, Doku, and Haaland were all pretty good in this game.
Mhm.
You?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I was quite impressed with Foden, especially the fact that he's clearly this is Guardiola's go-to. Like him and Haaland, to me, feels like he's gonna try and run it back to 2 seasons ago, where that's essentially what won him the league. They both got 20 plus goals in the league each, and they're his best finishers, the most decisive players in that regard, and just try to make it a two-man game between them. So everybody else kind of serves them. Um, but yeah, I don't think Reinders was particularly impressive. I'm not being harsh on him, but I thought Rodri was actually pretty good even before the red card, to be honest. So yeah,
Slightly selfish standpoint.
Mm.
Does Man City spending about 70 minutes playing against a forced deep block with one man short, is that good or bad for their game against Arsenal over the weekend?
Let's have a look. It does nothing because we're gonna smash them anyway. So couldn't care less.
We like to hear that. We like to hear that. Let's move right along to Copenhagen, where they hosted Leverkusen and they tied 2-2. The hosts dominated this game and they should have won, but this is the Champions League. Jordan Larson scored early. Alex Grimaldo equalized in the 82nd minute with yet another free kick. He's probably the best at this in Europe right now. Shame Toast is in here to give him his props. Robert Silva put Copenhagen ahead again with 4 minutes left, but Claudio Echeverri, on loan from City, did some really nice work in the box, and that good work led to an own goal and a point each for each team. Anything from this game, Coach?
I didn't get to see because I think it was it one of the earlier games? I think it was, wasn't it?
I believe so, yes, it was, alongside the Club Bruges Monaco game, which we'll be talking about next.
Yeah, so for me it was yeah, I didn't get to see. I did see the free kick though, and the free kick was completely mental. He's definitely emerging as one of the dead ball specialists. So
Nuno for the new era. We go over to Belgium, where Club Bruges beat Monaco 4 goals to 1. Coach, I did not see this coming. The Belgians were up 3-0 by the half, thanks to some really bad set piece defending by Monaco. And what was this kid's name? Diacon scored a
yeah.
fourth goal with 15 minutes left. But Ansu Fati got a consolation goal, so that was really nice to see because he's been through a lot, and it's hard not to root for a kid like that.
Mhm.
Anything here, Coach?
I didn't get to see it actually, to be fair. I didn't get to see this one
Oh, okay,
either.
right. It was
Yeah.
another one of the early games. My bad. That's my bad, people. I keep putting Coach on the spot for shit he didn't see. That's on me. My bad. Let's move on to a game that he maybe saw a little bit of. Frankfurt 5. 5.
Uh,
Marum. Galatasaray 1. Didn't see that coming either. Didn't see that coming either.
I didn't see it coming, but do you know what? Just on Frankfurt's business, I think the money that they've got in the summer, I think they're actually doing better than what I thought they would do in the league and obviously in the Champions League now as well. Yeah, I'll be watching them eagerly. I think they're probably the more exciting team after Bayern to watch in the Bundesliga right now. So
Yeah. 2 of those 5 goals were own goals.
mm,
And it was really weird seeing Gundogan just kind of run around, doing nothing, looking like Tyson
mm,
in the fight against, I don't know, was it Jake Paul or one of the Paul ass dumbasses? And it was terrible. I was like, oh man, he don't deserve this. He needs to retire. He needs to get out the game. But as Carragher said, leave the game before the game leaves you, or
oh,
whatever the fuck they
jeez.
say. Like, I didn't like seeing him in the Galatasaray. Everybody looks washed in a
Mm,
Galatasaray jersey. Straight up. You just look
mm,
washed. Once you get one of those Turkish kits on, it's over for you. It's a wrap.
yeah,
And that goes for you too, Victor Osimhen. You especially, I'm talking about, nigga. Sporting hosted Kairat Almaty, the debutants from, I forget where they are in way the fuck Eastern Europe that everyone's keep talking about, but
mm,
they played in their first game. They looked really good in the first half of this game. They held
mm,
out for a while. They were
yeah,
they were competitive. They were competitive. But a double from Francisco Trincao opened the scoring, then the floodgates opened from there. The game ended 4-1. I was really happy that Kairat, a bit like Ansu Fati,
mm,
first game in the Champions League, got a consolation goal. That was nice to see. So good goal too. Like ripped the netting off the post. Loved it. Loved it.
yeah. Quenda got a good goal as well, though. Um,
Yeah, he did. Really lovely
yeah,
dribbling on the wing,
yeah,
but by then these guys were tired. They'd already lost the
yeah.
game, but it was still a good goal.
It's
Unfortunately,
crazy because he's literally going to Chelsea to ruin his career. I'm like,
which
what?
is why I didn't put that in my notes. I didn't want to talk about him at all because I was like, once you sign for Chelsea, you're dead to me. You're like, fuck you,
Mm,
bro. Just fuck. It's to this day is the reason why I don't like Christian Pulisic. Not because of anything else. It's like this nigga signed for Chelsea, and not only that, he had the nerve to score against us, Arsenal,
yeah.
in an FA Cup final, which we won. But I resent
I
that
don't, you know,
deeply.
I think I said it at the time. I didn't enjoy his celebration. It felt too mega for my liking. The celebration, I just didn't like it. It was
Well,
like,
I don't
yeah,
want
you
to.
scored, but there's something. I got my eye on you.
It's it's a color thing. It's a color thing. Like one
Yeah,
of them things.
I think it might
Shout out Sol
be.
Campbell on his 51st birthday.
Yeah.
A great gooner and
Yeah.
invincible. So uh, let's move to Tuesday's games real quick, Coach.
Mm.
PSV won. Union Saint Gilloise, the Belgians.
Yeah.
Belgium doing really well so far in the Champions League. three, two errors from my fellow Yank, Ricardo Pepi, left them down 2-0 at home to the Belgians. Promise David, Ninja boy / Canadian, opened the scoring from the spot. That was the first goal in the Champions League this season. Because again, we're talking about Tuesdays games now. We just did Thursday ahead. We're not doing Tuesday. We'll do Wednesday after this. But Van Bommel, yes, the son of the Van Bommel, got the consolation goal for PSV in this game. This was going to be a question for Tosin. He's not here, but I was going to ask if, based on current form, Ricardo Pepi is going to make the World Cup squad. And
Well, who are the strikers? It's that fella, the tall. Is it Target? Not Target.
there's
Sergeant. Sergeant?
just Josh Sargent. There's Haji Wright. There's Ricardo Pepi. There's Folarin Balogun.
Yeah. I think a World Cup, you're probably going to need four strikers, especially with like all the games are going to play. So I think he probably does just based on the numbers. I mean, unless they're gonna place Tim Weah a bit higher, which I don't see happening.
No.
We want to keep him in the wing.
But I think obviously you can't judge a player on one game, but
Yeah.
this was not a good game for him, unfortunately. Let's move over to Bilbao. If you haven't listened to it already or watched it, Coach did a really lovely instant reaction to the game that came out like within an hour of the game. Go watch it again. I've watched it a couple times, not because I'm trying to boost our numbers, but because I just really enjoyed his insight and the fact that he quoted a conversation that we had during the game, which made me feel special because I like when people talk about me when I'm not there. Anyway, the bench sort of decided this game, Coach. Essentially, like Arteta picked a team for essentially was what looks like his tough away lineup. Odegaard isn't present. Marino, Rice, and Zubimendi as the midfield. And it seems like this is what he's going to go with in these tough away games. Then he'll change the game off the bench. And it looked like he used the exact same game plan as he used at Anfield. But this time it worked because Atletico Bilbao don't have a free kick specialist like Dominic Szoboszlai. And he brought the guys off the bench in time. And 36 seconds on the pitch, Gabriel Martinelli did a lovely thing. Was there anything that you didn't say on the instant reaction that you'd like to get in right now? Because you only got to talk for like 10 minutes yesterday.
Yeah, I was really annoyed with Declan Rice's yellow card. It was a stupid yellow card like 6 minutes into the game. And I think, to be honest, our aggression off the ball suffered for it. I think he couldn't really play with that same sort of freedom where he can literally just dominate you by running you down. So like every tackle I felt like was, oh shit, do we want to take him off early just to make sure that we can keep 11 men on the pitch? I feel like he kind of played a little bit of that. So maybe we could have decided the game a little bit earlier if he was able to essentially play his game with a bit more freedom. But outside of that, no, I think I covered what I could. Yeah. Do we want to talk about Henry? Because
the Henry Gyökeres analysis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he does this sometimes. I don't think it's anything for people to get too dramatic or mad about. Like I mean, it's the reason why we've all kind of accepted that he's not going to be an elite coach. He just kind of judges people through the prism of his own talent. It's like, bro, you say all this stuff like it's easy. Like he has to take this touch and cut in right here. It's like, yeah, that's what you would have done because you were generational. Victor Gyökeres is just a white man. Okay, like, I don't know what you want from him. Like he got a shot away. What else you want from him?
I mean, if we're talking since I've been watching football, that's a chance for Henry. I don't know how many of it. R9, Mbappe, Gareth Bale.
I think Isak. It's a chance for Isak.
Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo. I've named players that have been playing over the last damn near 30 years, 25 to 30 years, and I've named 5. So, maybe George Weah. That's a chance for George Weah as well.
We just reach it.
Exactly. See what I'm saying? So it's very, very difficult for me to be critical of him and the funny thing is that's a Gyökeres chance. That's a chance that Gyökeres, scored plenty of. It's just that he was up against Vivian, who is, not bad.
It's a starter for Spain.
Yeah, like he's not. That's what I'm saying. He's not bad. So I'm like, okay. Like Thierry, we get it. You used to roast every single defender, regardless of age, status, and whatever. You killed everybody we know. He's not you, bro.
Relax, and for those that are getting upset at him about it, like, come on. He's done this before. He'll do it again. He's in the media. When someone that supports your club or that's part of your club is in the media, they're going to disappoint you every so often. It's just the nature of the beast. Like they don't mean to, but they have to stay relevant. Like we're talking about him right now. If he didn't say something interesting like that, we would not be talking about him. And the whole point of media is to get attention. So just deal with it, folks. Let us move on to Benfica. This is maybe the most dramatic upset, at least probably in this whole edition of the Champions League. I mean, I'm sure Qarabag will do something interesting down the line, but this is crazy because Benfica were up 2-0 at home on Qarabag. Qarabag were bad for the first 15 minutes, 16 minutes. Benfica went up 2-0 via Berenachea and Pavlidis, good goals. But then the horseman just kept riding. They kept galloping. And next thing you know, they scored 3 unreplied goals, and Bruno Lage no longer had a job. And now that job belongs to the one, the only, the evil, Jose Mourinho. Coach, if you were if you were in charge of Benfica, if you were Rui Costa, who I believe is in charge of Benfica, would you have made that exact same decision?
No.
Well, maybe not the hiring Mourinho part, but firing Bruno Lage.
I think he's been on tenterhooks for a minute. Since the beginning of the season, they've been thinking about firing him anyway. I feel as if this was just a perfect excuse and
perfect reason.
Perfect reason, should I say? Sorry, yeah. Like they've been wanting to fire him for a minute. So yeah, I think it's the right decision. Mourinho, absolutely. The guy's rubbish. He's rubbish now. It's not the same guy. He's rubbish. So yeah. I mean, I think he's been fired for more jobs at this point than he's
more firings than trophies.
He's getting up there. That's what I'm saying. He's getting up there.
It's supposed to be even.
Yeah, like it's strange to me, but I tell you what else is Pavlidis. He's one of those players or strikers that I know is good. I know he's really. I wouldn't want him bearing down on my goal for sure. I just don't think. I think this is a good that gets for him, but he keeps proving me wrong. He keeps scoring. Like he just.
Put it this way, maybe I'm being too judgmental, but when you look at those, Arsenal bought Gyökeres over the summer, so you research the player a little bit before the signing is complete, and I'm looking at all these charts, and it's Gyökeres, then there's a huge gap, then it's Pavlidis, and I'm like, I'd rate him more if that gap was smaller. It's the numbers just aren't good enough. But when I watch him play, I saw him dribble past like 5 people to assist.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. He's a good player, man. It's just I'm not sure. That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I think this is good that gets for him, but that's no disrespect. He's like you can acknowledge when someone's good, So.
All right. Well, Benfica, we wish you luck with the special one. We will definitely be watching. We will be there. We will be there for sure. Juventus 4, Dortmund 4. I wish we had more time because this game deserves a podcast all by itself. Dortmund were up 4-2 with 10 minutes left in this game. Then the unseriousness kicked in. Actually, you know what? The unseriousness kicked in at 3-2 because they got a penalty, and Guirassy and Bensebaini got into this whole like, oh, I'm going to take it thing. Then eventually Guirassy backed off. Bensebaini converted it nicely. Then Dortmund went full Dortmund. Vlahovic scored. I'm not sure if if you're listening to this, coach has just taken some tape live on air. I didn't know this was going to happen. He took some tape, cut off a piece of it, and covered the badge on the Dortmund jersey on his wall. So that's how the man feels about the most unserious team on the planet, and they deserve that. Ridiculous. But Vlahovic came on. I don't know if he started, but he was very prominent in the latter surges of the game. He scored the goal for 4-3, and he assisted Lloyd Kelly, who has now scored 2 games in a row. First off, bro, you're not even supposed to be in Italy. I don't know who gave you a passport to begin with. Like, why is Lloyd Kelly even in Italy? Like, that nigga was at Bournemouth and Newcastle, and that feels like where he belongs. So why is this motherfucker in Italy? Anyway, he's there. He scored against Inter, and he now scored an equalizing goal in the Champions League against Dortmund. I don't even know where to start, Coach. With Vlahovic in form like he is right now, did Juve overshop with the Openda, and who else did they get this summer?
Jonathan David.
And
Zergova as well. Like, that is my dream window for Arsenal in 2019, basically. Like,
in the bad days.
but I like the players is the point I'm making. In fact, I was saying to my friend the other day, I actually think Zagreba would have been a good rotational option for Bayern Munich because I still feel as if they still need like one more attacker. I feel like he would have been a really good rotational piece of Elise for sure. But that's neither here nor there. Juventus took three of my favorite players in one summer, so I'm wishing them the worst. And Zagreba was actually prominent in getting them the equaliser as well. He was essentially a primary ball handler in the final third. So yeah.
Want to give a little bit of props to what's his face, Kenan Yildiz, because the goal he scored was very Del Piero coded. I really enjoyed that. I can't even front. I hated every goal Del Piero scored in his career, but I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot. And yeah, I wanna pick on individuals at Dortmund because I feel like we often tar the whole club with the same brush. Some people are actually serious and they're trying. Like Guirassy is a serious man. He scored a lot of goals. He's a fourth highest goal scorer since he moved to Dortmund in all of Europe after Lewandowski, Mbappe, and Kane.
And Kane,
But
yeah.
he's a serious fella,
Yeah,
But
but
meanwhile, we
but
have
but but he made a bad move going to these bastards, I swear, because I knew I when they went full two up, I was just like, I'm going to keep an eye on this game because I know it's not over, and I know you. I know you better than you know yourselves. Like everything to me just felt off. Like you're full two up away from home. You've got something for me, Dortmund, and you just proved me right. Like it happens all the fucking time, man.
don't never let you down when they're letting themselves down. They will never do that. And I thought Jan Kuto and Marcel Sabitzer, like, I'm not saying these guys are Ballon d'Or level players, but I expected better from them, and they let their team down yesterday. Like they were directly responsible for those well, not two equalizing goals, but the last two goals Juve scored. I'm pointing at both of those motherfuckers. Like you got to do better. Like it can't just always be Dortmund the coach, Dortmund the coach. Sometimes people just need to do a better job, and they did terrible jobs yesterday. Let's move to London, where Tottenham beat Villarreal 1-0. An early goalkeeping error from Luis Jr. gave them the points at a very nervous White Hart Lane. Nico Pepe calmly dropped a man of the match performance out there, despite all the pantomime boos he got. Any changes on your stance about Villarreal this season? Do you think they're still one of a dark horse, not necessarily to win the competition, but to really, put some noses out of place in this competition? Mike, on mute.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I don't. My mouse was on another screen. Sorry, but yeah, I still do that. You lose a game like that, but you're still able to, I suppose, show your worth and show what you're about. Because that easily could have went. The game could have went the other way for sure. A mistake in the fact in the first 4 minutes from the goalkeeper. It happens. But yeah, no, I still rate them quite highly, and I just have to be clear on this as well. Like, if you're watching Villarreal, I watch when they have the ball and how quickly it moves around the final third. Like they're a serious team, like in that regard at least. I don't expect them to go and start winning shit, but they're gonna punch up a few guys for sure. Like I'm certain of it. So
Tottenham, I know we have our pre-existing biases, but how do you think they'll do in the competition this season?
so you want me to talk about Tottenham? That's
You
what you
have to. It's our job. Like no one asked us to do this, coach. We do this because we like to
so
do
let
it.
me
So just be objective for like 30 seconds and tell us what you think.
objective,
Try,
objective,
try,
object.
try. I know it's hard,
Bro,
but
no,
try. Because
I'll try. Of
because
course, I'll
because
try.
I
Of
don't
course.
know why you dress as Hong Ming Sun. Like I mean you acting like you can't talk, but you're in a Korea jersey. I don't understand this. So own it or
Okay,
don't own it, but fucking say something. 30 seconds, go.
okay. So Tottenham are going to have their big European night against somebody. I don't know who because it wasn't Villarreal. I probably rate them probably around the same as each other, but that will be as good as it gets for them because after that they're going to show you who they really are. Um, I think we got glimpses of that over the weekend as well already. No, not this. Sorry. Um,
Yeah, before
we
the
got glimpses
international
of it.
break.
Should I say the last game they played?
Yeah.
Um, so there's a little bit of a honeymoon and shit, but yeah, as it stands now, you can't really fault Tottenham. They've got two centre backs playing quite well. They've got arguably the most informed fullback, um, arguably, arguably the
Jed
most
Spence.
informed fullback in the league. I wouldn't say he is, but he's up there for sure. Um, so yeah, it's looking good for them right now. But it's Tottenham, man. What else can we say? Like, you don't want to get too high on Tottenham. You never get too high on Tottenham, man.
Yeah, too high on time. Yeah.
Mm.
That's bad dope right there. Bad dope. We move over to Madrid, who hosted Marseille. And Tim Weah followed in his dad's footsteps, scoring on his Champions League debut, but a pair of Mbappe penalties. I thought they were both cheap. One was cheap and dumb. One was just cheap and bad.
Yeah, yeah,
Kondogbia,
yeah.
like, first off, why are you still playing, bro? Like, you need to come and retire with me. Come and stay on the
That
couch with me.
shocked me. That shocked me. I was like, wow, yeah, you're actually still. A midfield pairing of Kondogbia and Højbjerg is you
Poverty.
deserve what you get, basically. You deserve what you get.
Well, Roberto De Zerbi was proud of his team's performance regardless, so maybe he's happy with what he saw, but I wouldn't be personally. I mean, you take the lead against Real Madrid away from home, and they get a red card on top of that at 1-1, you should get a point at least. They didn't do that, so I don't know what the fuck he's proud of, but I know he can't just shit on the team all the time. But I wanted to ask you, it's very clear now, this is Mbappe's whatchamacallit. I mean,
Team.
well, the team's fifth game of the season, their fifth win. 50 goals in total for Mbappe for Real Madrid already, which is crazy to think about because he just got there last season. He's clearly the man now. He's usurped Vinny. Jude is currently injured. He's the man there now. Is that a good thing for Real Madrid?
Yeah, I mean, again, good attacks means your striker scores the goals. So that's not his problem if all these other guys aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. If they're getting him the correct supply line and he's got 50 goals in less than in one season and 4 games or 5 games, that's a them problem, not a him problem. Like, he won, them niggas lost, basically, is what I'm saying. Like, he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. It'll be different. It's different if he was a midfielder, like, I don't know, Bruno Fernandes, where he's scoring all the goals and doing all this bullshit, but the team is just dog shit. That's a different story. But he's the striker. So for me, yeah, he's fine. Everybody else needs to sort out their life, basically. Which I think, to be fair to Alonso, I think they're doing just that. Yeah, and the supporting cast of Rodrigo and Vinny and Jude isn't. I don't think that's bad. I wouldn't say no to it. So yeah.
I do feel it's weird because Vinny was this close to winning the Ballon d'Or.
Mhm.
Then he didn't win it, and a better player joined his club, and now he just seems like some guy, which is crazy, like. But that's on him. You're right, coach. That's on
Yeah,
him. You gotta rise it some kind of way. You gotta,
yeah.
get in where you fit it, So that's on him. All right, let's move over to Wednesday's games. We start in Prague, where Slavia Prague drew 2-2 with Bodo Glimt. They will definitely be kicking themselves because an Mboji brace put them up 2 at home.
Mhm.
Then things fell apart. Daniel Bassi got one 4 minutes after Prague's second goal, and Sondre Fett, cool name, equalized in the final minute. Banger. I don't really have a lot of thoughts about this game because I didn't watch it, but I will say were Slavia Prague a little too slow to hire Jose Mourinho. They they had a chance
Yeah,
for Benfica did it. They should have
yeah,
got it. I feel like that's his proper level right now, to
yeah.
be honest with you. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Olympiacos drew 0-0 at home with Paphos, a Cypriot team. Bruno Felipe got himself an early red for the Cypriots, for Paphos. So
Mhm.
they just bunkered down and they managed to earn a point. But Olympiacos were super wasteful. No team defending with David Luiz in 2025 should be
Mhm.
keeping you out with a man down, like
Yeah.
just straight up and down. Let's move on to a game coach actually cares about a little bit. That would be PSG hosting Atalanta and smacking the dog shit out of them 4-0. Marquinhos scored within 3 minutes. It was over at that point. Kvaratskhelia got bored in the first half and just hit a blockbuster. Nuno Mendes decided to score from an acute angle like it was Maicon, and Goncalo Ramos came off the bench and was like, well, I'm still here. Got a goal as well.
Mm.
Barcola even missed a penalty at one point. One of the worst penalties I've ever seen anyone take, but that's okay because he's Bradley Barcola. He's cool to me. I like him. And it was also a bullshit penalty. But so
Yeah.
ball don't lie. Ball do not lie. But this game could have been 8-0, coach. I ain't gonna lie, I expected a little more from Atalanta, but not what we saw. That said, how badly do they need Ademola Lookman? And what do they need to do to get that man to actually play for them until January when he tries to leave again?
Um, Even if he did play, it's probably still ends 4-0. But um, there's probably like 4 to 5 teams in Europe that will do that to do that. That will do that to Atalanta. At half capacity. Do you know what I mean? And PSG are definitely one of them. So it's no shame. There's no shame. Atalanta are gonna try to play their football regardless. But look, man, there's not a lot of teams that are gonna get gone.
It's about playing their football regardless. Like,
Mm,
when Gasperini was there, that made sense. Now one
mm,
of his proteges, Juric, I think it was
mm,
at Southampton last season,
mm,
and it was at Torino before that, but he's a Gasperini protege.
mhm.
I'm like, bro, when you're not the original thing, I'm not really sure you get the license to just play your football regardless. Like, maybe bunker down a bit and try to get a result in your first Champions League game.
Mm.
Maybe.
But I mean that's how I I personally think that all coaches have to have a level of stubbornness to them. I think if not, then you're not as good. Like all you've got as Scarface said is your word and your deed, innit? So you have to. I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. I just feel like also recognizing where you can adapt is fine. But again, it's your first Champions League game. You're away to PSG. What have you got to lose? Do you know what I mean? Like, and PSG are, and the thing is, well, PSG are not in tip top shape. Let's be clear, they're not fully in tip top shape yet as well. So I'm not particularly mad at it. But again, they've got so much firepower that again, even at without Doué and what's his name and Dembele, they can still do that to you. Kvaratskhelia goal, I just want to say, is one of the most technically satisfying goals I've seen in ages. The
Well,
strike it's gone.
you call it technically satisfying. I call it disrespectful.
I mean, the strike itself, the fact he's cut back in onto his stronger side, despite running that all the momentum going the other way and generating that power, it's just technically it's just one of the finest goals you'll see this season. It's so good. Like it doesn't put it's a okay. I'll tell you, it's the sort of goal I would score on like FIFA 14 or FIFA 13 or whatever because you can just do that. You can generate power because it's a video game. You can generate power in the most weirdest way. But it's happened in real life. Like you don't see that sort of goal that often.
I try not to do this that often, but I scored those all the time.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
the time.
sure, sure,
All
sure,
the time. I'm
sure,
telling you.
sure.
I have witnesses. I will bring a witness on the pod
Yeah.
someday. So
Guys, hold
people,
on to it in the comments. Make sure you ask every week where these witnesses are for me, please. Thank you.
I will bring a witness. I will
Okay,
bring a witness. I actually ran into this witness at LAX like 2 weeks ago. Hadn't
okay.
seen him for 5 years. His wife is
Guys, you hear
Brazilian, so
that?
you know he's not lying. You know he's not lying.
The LAX
Nobody
guy,
nobody marries
make sure.
a Brazilian unless they like football. This was my teammate.
Okay, guys, I just need you to comment LAX, spam LAX in the comments, yeah,
Please
please.
do. I'm on it. I'm on it. I got you. Don't worry about it. All right, let's move on to Ajax 0, Inter 2. Two Marcus Thuram headers from set pieces. Both of them had David Klaassen marking him. I don't
Mm,
know what that was about because David Klaassen is not as big a human as Marcus Thuram, and that's
mhm.
essentially why they lost the game. That said, are Inter still? Do you still consider them a relevant contender after the way they lost that final and the way they've started this season in Serie A? No.
Inter are going to be okay in Serie A. I'm expecting somebody else to get them 5-0 in Europe this year. I don't see them doing anything. Did you reckon they got better after last season? Do you reckon they got some better? Yeah. So
It's really that simple sometimes. It's really that
mm,
simple. But good to see Marcus Thuram scoring, especially
mm,
since coach hates him so much. Liverpool 3, Atletico Madrid 2. Man, Liverpool continued their charm start to the season with yet another Juju 92nd minute winner
mhm,
from Virgil van Dijk after they'd thrown away an early 2-0 lead. Marcos Llorente, aka the Anfield Strangler. That's what I'm
mhm.
calling him now because apparently this dude can't stop scoring at Anfield, named his dog Anfield. Yeah, the first goal was a deflected Salah free kick. I think Andy Robertson deflected that in. And the second goal was
All
actually pretty
going
good.
all the way to Anfield Road, bro. Like it was so off target. I couldn't believe it.
Same that. But Liverpool were actually otherwise they were actually pretty good in this game,
I think the first 25 minutes they were pretty sensational, to be honest. Yeah.
And to be fair, I mean, they may have been sensational, but I don't remember seeing Alexander Isak a lot. And this was his first game for the club.
No.
I didn't think, I thought this was Wirtz's best game for them so far. Like he
Yeah.
did quite a bit. Isak, I'll give him the excuse of his
Mhm.
first game in a minute. Hasn't really trained with team, all that. But um, I hate to say it because I'm an Arsenal guy. So Liverpool doing well is not good for me, but it's nice to see Wirtz pepping up a bit because I don't, we've probably talked a little shit because that's just what we do, but I like to see good players play well.
Hmm.
There's really no point in motherfuckers getting transferred for hundreds of millions to end up like fucking Enzo and Caicedo, and we're going to talk about that in a minute here.
Yeah.
But uh Simeone losing his rag, bro. Like, what's wrong with him, man? Like I mean, a shit house like him getting upset because
He gets a
is
bit
he?
back. Yeah.
I'm disappointed in him.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I still don't know what was said, but I always
What could have
kind
been said? They're both white. Who cares?
of.
Who the fuck cares? What do you call them? And your grandparents were Nazis. It's probably true. So, well, what are you complaining about, Diego? Like he just lost his shit because his team lost the game. It
Yeah.
happens. Like, but you get paid. He's the highest paid coach in the game.
Yeah.
You get paid all that money to take that shit, even if it's
Mm.
annoying. Just fucking take it, you know. And to be fair to him, he admitted that he fucked up in the press conference, you know.
Oh, that's
But
good for him then. Yeah.
good for him. But I still didn't like it. This Liverpool lack of balance, is this? Do you view it more as a tactical thing or a function of their lack of defensive depth? Which one is a bigger factor to
Probably the defensive depth
you?
more than anything.
Hmm.
But
So, are we saying that if they got Gahey on transfer deadline day, that maybe they would have gotten closer to fixing this by now? Because Slot was talking after the game and he was like, "Yeah, we need to work on the balance there."
well, put it like this: all of those defenders that started yesterday, to my mind, outside of Kirkes, that's probably their strongest. That's what he wants in terms of his defense.
Really?
Um, yeah, I'd say so.
That
I'd
little
say
nigga
so.
getting dunked on soon. We'll
Oh yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah. He's getting smacked up soon. But I think Slot really trusts his attack. He has every right to. He's got Salah and Isaac, so that's not bad to trust, you know. But
It's not.
yeah, it's not bad to me. But I think there's so much um emphasis on his end for them guys to win the game that you have to respect both parts of the game. I'll be honest with you, I genuinely don't think he does. I wouldn't say it's arrogance. I just feel like this is how he is as a coach. I genuinely think he just thinks we can blow you away. If we're on our game, we can just blow you away, and our defense will take care of itself because we'll be 3 or 4 goals up, so it won't matter, kind of thing. But I do think this isn't me hating. I do think they're gonna get caught. They're gonna have to. It's kind of like with Barcelona last season. Like they're gonna get caught one way or another. And if he fixes it, he fixes it. If not, yeah.
I don't know. I think they'll just always be a little vulnerable,
Mm,
just so they don't get caught boring like the Arsenal gets caught boring.
mm.
All
Shout
right.
out to Atletico. Atletico were good though. But yeah,
Who
we can move on.
who was good?
Atletico, they were really good. They were really,
Yes,
really good.
yes. I mean, it's not easy to come back from 2-0 down against anyone, much less Liverpool at
Yeah.
Anfield. That was impressive. I would say Liverpool's overall performance deserved the 3 points,
Mm,
but the effort Atletico put in after they went down 2-0 to get back in the game,
mm,
despite the fact that Liverpool were still playing well,
yeah,
they deserve props for that.
yeah.
But then their coach lost his rag after, so I'm taking the props away then. So shout out Liverpool, I guess. Whatever. Let's move on to coach's favorite result of the round. Bayern Munich 3, Chelsea 1. The Mickey Mouse World Champs went to Munich and learned that this is not a Mickey Mouse competition. This shit is not even, it's barely a game. It's not even a game.
Mm,
Like there's Harry Kane in this competition, man.
yeah.
That motherfucker scores goals. There's Michael Elise in this competition, man. He don't play. Series of dumb errors in this game. Errors they probably could have gotten away with the Conference League last season. I don't
Mm,
know. I didn't watch that shit. But Chaloba own goal. Enzo not scoring with. He should have scored there. That chance he missed where he took multiple shots, he should have
mhm.
scored. Malo Gusto assisting Kane. Caicedo. He's going to get a lot of reds in this competition, bro.
Yeah,
At least one is going. Well, a lot is one in this competition because you got
yeah.
8 games. But coach, I'll just let you take it away. You got like 3 minutes to talk as much shit as you want about Chelsea because I know that's why you're already here.
Yeah, well, it's not really about talking shit about Chelsea. It's about telling the truth. First of all, you went to Munich with Enzo, Caicedo, and Reece James in midfield. If a certain manager played his right back in midfield in hopes of being able to stem the onslaught from the other team, he'd be taken, drawn, and quartered, and his remains scattered in the Thames. Right? He would have been absolutely manhandled. Right? Anyway, the point I'm making here is that you spent, I don't know, £3 billion, and you're playing Reece James in midfield in the Champions League, right? To me, if you spend £4 billion basically, you have to have the best in class in every single position on the pitch. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Spending £7 billion and that's your squad. You're bringing, who did you bring off the bench? I don't know. We know you started Pedro Neto, bro.
Was it
Like,
Garnacho sighting, I believe?
you brought on Garnacho off the bench after spending £10 billion, bro. Like, I'm absolutely flabbergasted, honestly.
How did I know you were going to say flabbergasted? I don't know. There's a lot of words you could like befuddled, confuzzled, confused, but flabbergasted. Perfect choice, coach. Carry
Yeah,
on.
it's crazy to me, and I'm really pleased that they've been humbled by a team with actual history and actual heritage in this competition, not stolen heritage, right? It makes me pleased. But yeah, before I wrap it up, Harry Kane, you are truly sensational. Truly, there's one piece of play where he done a Cruyff turn on the turn. He done a Cruyff turn on the turn, basically. But it's like he's drawn the player in and he's completely just beating him. And then 1 minute later, I'm seeing him sprinting down the left wing at full pace with the ball. I'm like, okay, Harry Kane is fit. He's actually fit, and that's a big problem. So,
For my team, though,
yeah.
but it was for Chelsea. I will say on Chelsea, I want to make the point. I know Enzo Maresco is too bald to listen to this podcast, but you can't go into the press conference afterwards and say, "Oh, we only lost because of the errors." It's like, no, you lost because your players are not as good as the other team's players.
You spent £12 billion and you're making errors. Do not
Like,
piss me off.
bro, like that's not an excuse. Like, you're supposed to coach them and put your players in situations where they don't make errors. I mean, isn't that how you won the Mickey Mouse Cup? I mean, how they win that? I don't know. I didn't watch that shit. In any event, I cannot wait to watch Caicedo again. Like, I'm literally watching Chelsea games. I'm hate watching just to watch Caicedo. I want to see the best midfielder in the world. Show me. Today you gave away a penalty like an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, he basically hugged Kane to the ground. Like, what did he
Because
think was
he's
going to happen
dumb,
there?
man. He's not the level. Players that know that are at the level wouldn't make that tackle. Not in a
It
million
was
years.
so stupid. Like, it was
Like,
inexcusable. Like, you're better off just letting him score there. Like, what are
yeah.
you doing? Like, ridiculous. All right, coach. We're going to skip winners and losers this time. However, because I think it's pretty obvious, the losers are Benfica and Slavia Prague. And well, basically everyone that lost is a loser today. So, we'll do more later. But what game should we be watching this weekend? Because the leagues are in full swing.
I think honestly, let's start in France. Le Classique is on. This should be good. Both teams are Champions League action this week, so yeah, that should be fun. Definitely Arsenal Man City. I'm going for. The Merseyside derby is there as well for sure. The Rome derby is there.
Good weekend, bro.
It's a good weekend. Real Betis versus Real Sociedad. It's not quite the Andalusian derby, but it is what it is. Real Madrid versus Espanyol, I suppose it could be cool. Barca versus Getafe. No, you're miles, so you can't recreate Messi's goal, but it is what it is. Yeah,
They
there's
just
a
have to
lot of good
survive the
football.
game. They just have to survive Getafe. Like,
Yeah,
that's not an easy thing. It's not
yeah.
easy. So, yeah. Who I got? Yeah. You pretty much covered it. I think I would like to see. It's always nice to see what Dortmund do
Mm,
after they do a dumb Dortmund thing. So
mm.
they'll probably end up beating Wolfsburg like 5-0 or something like that. But I'll be watching to find out if they actually do it.
Yeah,
I also like the idea of, you know what? No, it's fine. That's enough. I think that if you watch all the games Coach and I mentioned, then you would have had a very good weekend, I think.
basically,
Very
yeah.
good weekend, So, Coach, anything else for the people before we get out of here?
Like, share, subscribe, comment. Yeah, we love reading some comments. Some comments are absolutely hilarious, and it's good to know that we can still rattle people even if we don't try.
Like, listen, man, like, I woke up to some racial abuse, and honestly, it made me really happy. So go for it, guys. Go for it. Like, listen, no censorship here. I know there's censorship in my country in general, but no censorship here. Go crazy in the comments, man. We love it. We love it. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us. This has been our first Champions League edition of the season. We will see you again soon, but we'll also see you for the club pods and the weekend review as always. Coach, you know what to tell the people.
Peace. Like, share, subscribe.